Match preview time. But before getting into the match preview, I have three things to tell you guys as we approach this game and why I'm feeling very, very confident for this one. And I warn into the Arsenal players as well. Number one is the stats. Now, I usually prefer watching the game fast before looking at the stats. Obviously, that's what I usually do as well before I do the player ratings. But let's talk about Leicester a little bit, just a little bit. Now, Leicester this season, in the 5 games that they've played, they've conceded 80 shots, and the 2 away games that they've played so far against Fulham and Crystal Palace, they conceded 18 shots against Fulham and they conceded 20 shots against Crystal Palace. So those are the 2 away games that they've played so far this season. So that is a total of 38 shots that they've conceded. Now, that's a lot. That is a lot. Now, there's 2 other factors to consider. As I said, stats are not everything, because if you also look at Arsenal against Man City, I know it had context. We conceded 33 shots in that game alone. So if you just look at the stat, you'd say, Arsenal is probably below Leicester in terms of expectations this season, if you just look at the stats. But another one to boost your confidence even more, Leicester have allowed 62 shots. Out of those 80, 62 of them have been inside the box. So they do allow you guys to have chances. They do allow teams to have chances, and Havertz, Saka, trust that whoever is going to be playing, you are going to get chances. So hopefully you can take it. Now, I don't know if they're going to play the same way they've been playing against these teams, because Leicester so far they've played against Everton, Crystal Palace, Villa, Fulham. Those are teams that, apart from Villa and Tottenham, the other 3, maybe Leicester felt like, hey, we could beat Fulham, we could beat Crystal Palace, we could beat Everton. They are very close to beating Crystal Palace, for example. And maybe those are teams that they feel like, hey, we can actually beat them. Let's attack them. Let's also allow them shots. That's fine. Let's go, toe for toe. It's not toe for toe. Toe to toe. Why is English so difficult sometimes? So yeah, toe to toe. Maybe those are teams they feel like they could go toe to toe against. So maybe against us they could park the bus or something like that. But I don't know. But if they don't or whatever, we are going to get chances. So that's something we need to take a look at, and we need to take our chances. It all depends on how many chances we are going to take, because the chances are going to come. Now we need to finish those chances. And then the warning to the Arsenal players, please. Let's not get any other red card. We don't want a situation where we're expecting to score 4 goals and then we are having to settle for like a 1-0 because we are down to 10 men for like 20 minutes at the end of the game. Listen, I didn't think the Declan Rice one especially was a red card, but hey, they both got red cards, whatever. This time, if a referee blows the whistle, or you just see the referee about to blow the whistle, Arsenal players, go down on your knees, put your hands up, and freeze until the referee tells you to get up. Yes, don't even do anything else. Don't kick the ball. Don't even look at the ball. Don't look at the referee in the eyes. They could give you a red card. Go down to the floor, put your hands up until the referee tells you to get up. They probably give us a yellow card for enticing or something for that as well. They probably give us a red card for that. But go down to the floor, put your hands up until the referee tells you to get up, so that you don't get any more red cards. It's already 2 red cards in the first 5 games, and that's as many as we got last season. And the Declan Rice one meant he missed the North London derby. Trossard one, luckily he ended up missing the Bolton game. He'll be back for this one, so let's not do anything else again. Let's especially now that we don't have the likes of Odegaard, we can't afford to miss too many players. So that is the warning to Arsenal players, and that is the start I wanted to give you from the beginning. So let's talk about this preview in detail. So overall, Leicester this season, they've played those 5 games. They've had 3 draws and 2 losses. I've watched 2 of those games when they played against Tottenham on the first Monday night, and also against Everton when they I watched a bit of the Crystal Palace one, the 2-2, but mostly the Everton one where they drew 1-1 against Everton. So as I said, from what I've seen from the Leicester fans, they're not happy with the manager already. Obviously, the manager, the former Nottingham Forest manager, I don't even know why he went there. Those 2 teams hate each other. I was very surprised that he went there. So the Leicester fans have not really taken up to him. They've not really welcomed him that much, and the results have not really been there. And they were close to losing in the Carabao Cup the other day to Wolves, so they had to settle for a penalty shootout, but they won that one. And yeah, their expectations this season, we thought they were going to be deducted points and all that, but that one is over now. I had predicted them to go down because of that imminent point deduction, but they still have good players. They signed the Duarte and Ayew from Crystal Palace. They still have players like Vardy in the team, the likes of Mavididi in the team, so they can still score goals. I don't know if they're going to be able to survive, but it's going to be tough for them. But they're always going to give you a game. Now, for their fans, they don't really expect them for what I've heard from their fans, they don't expect to win this game. They don't expect to, they're actually expecting us to beat them 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. And because I don't know why. Maybe it's because of those stats I've given you. I don't expect that much of a comfortable game. I do expect us to get goals in this game, but I don't think it's going to be like a 6-0 or 7-0 or anything like that. It's a Premier League game, whichever game you're going to play, none of them is going to be easy. But again, from those stats and the fact that I think we've scored like 29 goals this year at home, in like 10 or 11 games, we are very good at home. The last couple of games, we've had to defend against Tottenham, Atlanta, and Man City. So this time around, things are a bit different. We're the ones we expected to dominate the game at home. The second of 4 home games in a row. We need to take advantage of this. We need to boost our goal difference here. If let's say Man City draw at Newcastle and we win 3-0, we are still not going to be top of the table because of the goal difference. We now need to still start building our goal difference and all that like we did last season. So I don't know which Leicester players will be missing anything like that, but we need to focus on ourselves in this game. There's a time, 3 years ago, playing Leicester, it was very difficult. There's a time, 2019, 2020, 2021, their COVID time, Leicester was irregularly in the top 6 and they're competing for Champions League spots. And literally just 3 years ago, people are talking about Leicester replacing us in the top 6. We were very bad. We went like between 2018 and 2021, we played them like 7 times and they think they beat us 4 or 5 times and I think we only beat them twice. So that time was very, very bad. That time having to, you deal with Mustafi up against Vardy. Those were very, very tough times. Things have changed since then. We've been able to beat them in the last 5 games that we've played them, all in the league, and hopefully we can make it 6 out of 6. And I'm confident we are going to do that. I'm confident we're going to make it 6 out of 6. I have no issues at all with the squad that we have, the way we've been playing those 3 games. That is what expected us to do in those 3 games. But this kind of game, like if you have to go through Leicester and through Southampton and then we're only winning 1-0 or we're struggling to score goals, then we can talk about that like, okay, this is concerning. But the ones against Man City, Tottenham, and Atlanta, I have no problem with. But from this game, let's hope we start showing what we are all about. So, time to get to the lineup. Let's talk about the lineup. Talked a lot about that game in general, but let's do the lineup. The lineup will be very, very important. Our players are still missing. We still don't know where Zinchenko is. We still don't know where Tomiyasu is. Ateta did say those Zinchenko will be out for some period, so I guess you're not going to be seeing him until after the next international break. And he would have been great for this particular game. But now we have a lot of left backs emerging as well. I don't know if Timber will be fit. Merino and Odegaard obviously still out. But this is the lineup that I would go from putting it on screen right away. Raya has a knock, so if he doesn't make it, then Neto plays. But I'm hopeful Raya does play in this game. And then my back 4, I'm going to play Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori. Even if Timber is fit, I would keep him out for this game, start him against PSG. We have PSG on the Tuesday. Ben White and Saliba got 90 minutes rest. Saliba was on the bench. Ben White had a full rest and Gabriel came on for like 30 minutes. Calafiori has been playing really well, played at centre-back against Bolton, so I would play him at left-back for this one. And then midfield, Partey comes back. I was happy he got to rest. Declan Rice starts this one. He played like 60 minutes in the game in midweek. And then my number 10, I have gone for Trossard, but believe me, I've really, really thought about playing Nwaneri in that position. I actually I'd written him down as my starter for the number 10, and then I thought about it after a couple of hours, I changed it because Trossard didn't really play in midweek, and I don't want a situation where if Nwaneri starts and then maybe struggle to get a goal and then we have to sub him off at halftime. No, I don't want that. I want us to bring him on even if you're struggling to get a goal. You know that Nwaneri can make an impact for us, and he feels like, yeah, we really, really do trust him in that situation. And on top of that, I also want Trossard to start as well because we need goals from Martinelli and Trossard and those guys. We can't have them low on confidence in terms of goals or, a couple of poor performances. So I will start Trossard as a number 10. And then I would bring on Nwaneri though. I'm definitely bringing on Nwaneri in this game. And I'm going to give him like 30 minutes in this game, hopefully. And then next week against Southampton, I have no problem Nwaneri starting. Hopefully if he comes on, especially makes an impact against Leicester, he starts for me against Southampton. But for this one, I would play Trossard and then bring on Nwaneri for 30 minutes. And then up front, I am going to go for Saka, obviously. Kai Havertz up front, obviously. And then Martinelli on the left side. So my first lineup, before I change it, I had Trossard on the left. and then Nwaneri has the 10. But then I decided, nah, Martinelli actually played well against Man City in terms of defensive work and all that. And let's see again in this game. If Martinelli starts again and doesn't perform, then it's really worrying. But that is my lineup. And then the bench, Timber will be there. Neto, if Timber is not fully fit, then we have to have another youngster there. And then, yeah, the rest on the bench as well, a lot of impact can be made. Jesus, Sterling, Jorginho, Kiva, if you need some defensive work. Nonere, as I said, Lewis Kelly is currently injured. I don't know if he's going to make it for this game, so that's why I didn't include him on the bench. And then Nichols, Kakuri, Kabi, whoever I'd say is going to pick for the bench, absolutely no problem. Hopefully, though, we can get a good win in this one. Get closer to Man City and Liverpool. Fourth doesn't look good on us, so let's get into the top two if possible. Liverpool and Man City have tougher games than us, although Wolves is bottom of the table. Liverpool are going to Wolves, Man City are going to Newcastle. We're at home to Leicester, so our game would particularly be easier than theirs away from home. So my prediction for this one, I am going to go for, from those stats and watching those two Leicester games and how many chances they give away, they have scored in every single game, they have conceded in every single game, so fair play to them. It's I'm thinking whether to give them a goal, and I'm thinking whether to go high on the score sheet. You know what? If we were the most clinical team, if you're one of the clinical teams, then it would be 5 or 6 because of those chances that they allow you, but they could go defensive. But I'm not going to go too high. I'm going to go for Arsenal 4, Leicester 0. I wanted to go for 4-1. There is a chance they could score with Vardy's pace, and Vardy has been playing good this season, and obviously they have some Premier League experienced players in the team. But defensively, I think we're going to score goals against them. For us, I don't know if they're going to get a goal. They could, but I'm going to go for Arsenal 4, Leicester 0. Yeah, that's my prediction. No disrespect to Leicester. I still think they have a good chance of staying up now that they're not going to be deducted points. I'm just going to go for Arsenal 4, Leicester 0. And the fact that they're allowing so many chances in the box, I'm going to go for Havertz to score 2 goals. I'm going to go for Saka to score. And please, I'm going to go for Martinelli to score. Please, please, please. Like, even if it means Martinelli scores all 4 goals and Saka and Havertz don't score, I'll be very happy with that for Martinelli's confidence. But Havertz to score 2, Saka to score, Martinelli to score, Arsenal 4, Leicester 0. That is my prediction. That is my lineup. Thank you for watching. Let me know your prediction. Let me know your lineup, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.